Kia ora, Q here. Let's go over my trades from last night, go through a quick review. So I woke up late last night. I set my alarm because I live in New Zealand. I get up in the middle of the night to trade and I slept through my alarm last night. So I was late. I missed a lot of pre-market. And then when I finally got in front of the computer, it was daylight savings had started in New York. So I had missed even more of the pre-market trading in the morning. So I was really late getting into trade. I felt a bit rushed when I started trading. So that did not set a good tone for my session last night. But let's have a look at what I did trade in the end. So when I sat down, I saw BDRX was popping up on the scanner. I saw it had already made a move. It was still on the front side though, and it was coming up to around $5. So I jumped in just as it was going to break $5. I didn't take the exit. I was hoping it would push to 520, 540, somewhere around there. But unfortunately it didn't. I got in at $4.41. Actually, we have a look at the chart. Just bring the chart up here, BDRX. Yeah, so if you have a look here, I entered right here as it had broken $5, it had pulled back, and I was hoping it would hold around $4.90, $4.85, somewhere around this level here, and push back through $5 and then $5.20, $5.40, and taking my profit around $5.30, somewhere around there. It didn't, it pulled back, and instead of stopping out, I should have stopped out around $4.80. At this level here, I should have been out. That's really where my stop is. It's kind of the bottom of this candle here, but it's around 10 cents from my entry as well. Instead of stopping out there, I held it expecting it to rally back up. And I bought again at the 9 EMA, thinking that it will hit support around this level and then push back up. It didn't. It came right down to the VWAP and then pushed again. And I probably could have gotten out here at 485, around 485, 480. And I still would have had probably a break-even trade. But no, I was stubborn. I said, no, it's going to come back up. I held, and then it broke through VWAP. I should have taken it around here to get out, but I still expected it to hold VWAP and push back up. I thought it would hold around this level here as it was holding, and I thought it's going to push back up here and come back into, so I could take profit. Didn't do that at all. As you can see, it kept going down further and further and further. In fact, it went into the open and then went into a halt here at, what's that? That's at 376. So it went into a halt level here at 376. I held through the halt. After the halt, it luckily rallied and pushed back up to 430, 434. I still didn't take it. I was actually in another trade. I think around this point, I'd actually entered another trade on another stock. I think that was MLYS, as I saw that popping up at the open as well. And so I was sort of distracted. And then when I came back to this one, I quickly saw that it had been trying to push through this level here. It was failing. It had come up again. This was like, fifth or sixth time it had sort of come to this level, and I was just like, nah, I'm taking it off the table, and then I can concentrate on other trades. So really, really bad trade to start the day off on and ended up taking a loss of $234. I got out at 424 at this level here. So really bad way to start the week and really bad way to start the day trading today. So that was BDRX. I didn't go back to that again. Yeah, my next trade was on MLYS. This one here was a good trade actually. I got 60 cents, 60 cents a share on that trade. So really happy with that. Made a dent in the 234 I just lost. But this trade here, got in here. So it had pushed up at the open and I got in at, what's that, around 14.85, just here, and on the pullback. So it had pushed up. I bought the pullback here, expecting it to break through this level, break up through VWAP, which it did. So I was happy about that. My exit wasn't great. Really, I should have taken the exit probably, if I clear that. Really should have taken the exit probably up here on that first candle and then looked at buying back in around down here again, or, you know, as it's showing some higher lows up here. So that was probably a better place to buy in again, get out, buy in again, and then take profit again up here somewhere. But my exit up here wasn't great. It was struggling to come up to this level here around 15.65, and it was struggling a bit at the half dollar, 15.50. And I thought, no, it might not break that, so I took my exit early. And then as soon as I took my exit, it exploded through 15.50, up to 15.65, and then up through to 15.90. I doubt I would have got 15.90 or anywhere near that, but I might have got 15.70, 15.60, or, you know, possibly 15.80. But so that was my trade on MLYS. I was happy with my entry here and happy with my hold, but really should have been out earlier at this level here for a quick trade. If I'd held longer and this had actually pulled all the way back, then it would have been a losing trade. So holding too long here again. But yeah, not holding long enough when it's actually going up. My next trade was, well, my next two trades were losing trades. One was on TRVI. TRVI I probably shouldn't have traded at all. It had already made the move. I bought on the back side of the move, and really it wasn't a good trade. So it had already had a push up at the open. Pre-market had been pushing up, pushing up, pushing up, and then it hit a high about 7.39, or 7.39 I think it was. But it had pulled back, had this big flush down here, big drop. It had rallied a little bit, but then it was stair-stepping down. And here it rallied, and I thought, well, maybe it's going to rally back through to the VWAP. So I bought along the support along here. Just come in here a bit. So I bought in on this support here, at this candle here, at, that was around 6.24, 6.23, 6.24 I think it was. It failed immediately and I stopped out. So here I had a good stop, got out straight away as soon as it started. It really failed below this, this level here. So probably not a good trade in the first place to get in, but at least I stopped out correctly, or stopped out well. So that was TRVI. So at this stage, like I was down $234 and then only down 114, then I'm down 142. Next loss was a big one as well. So the next loss was on MLYS. So I pretty much gave back the good trade, my first good trade on MLYS. So this one here, I'll just zoom in a bit on this one. So this one here, where are we? Oh, that's right, yes. Yeah. So this one here, it had come up off the VWAP. I was happy with that. I bought the pullback here. It had sort of rejected a few times off this level. I thought, no, I'll give it a go. I'll try it here, see if it finally breaks. Immediately about here, I thought it couldn't break 1610. Couldn't break 1610, and I thought it's going to fail. And before I could hit the sell key, it had failed. And I was a bit late getting out. I thought it might bounce a bit sooner, but it came down to the VWAP, then bounced. I got out on the bounce, too early really, but yeah, I should have been out here. I should have been out at this level. As soon as it started failing here and that dip down, that broke that level, I should have gone, no, it doesn't look good, and stopped out here. Didn't do that, but got back in again around the same price and got a very bad fill on this one. Was trying to get filled over 630, between 630 and 640. Unfortunately, I got a bad fill and filled around 624, I think, on that one. Is it 624? Where is it? 1623, yep. So $16.23 I got filled on. So that was okay. It was 20 cents a share, but you know, it could have been 30 cents a share, 35 cents a share if I got a decent fill. Anyway, those were the trades on MLYS. I then traded MSTZ. This one, what did this one do? Ah, yeah, that's right. So this one had pulled all the way back. It had pulled all the way back from a high of 23.15. Actually, I think it was higher than that. I think it went up to like $31.50, somewhere around there. But it had pulled all the way back down to VWAP. It had bounced through VWAP and came down and looked like it was holding here at VWAP on the retest. So I bought in at this level here around 22.16, 22.17, and it pulled away. I, for some reason, got out early at around 22.40. It just seemed to have a bit of resistance and it was pulling back, and I thought, oh no, it's going to step down and it's going to fail here and it's going to go lower. So I got out, should have got back in straight away, didn't, pushed higher up to 22.68, pulled back. I bought the pullback again. I drew on this resistance line earlier on and it came up to the resistance line, looked like it was going to fail, so I got out of that trade again. It actually didn't fail. It actually pushed through that resistance line and went higher. Yeah. But that was my trade on MSTZ, those two trades. And I took another trade on MLYS and got 16 cents a share on that one. Another base hit. This one here was pretty quick, really. It was a dip trade. It had come up, broken the $18 mark, a whole dollar. I bought the dip as it dipped below expecting the push higher, push through to make a new high. It did that, and I took my profit off the table straight away. Quick, simple trade, and that's how I should be trading, really, not holding and hoping. So that was a good little quick trade, 16 cents. And then my last two trades were really quite small. I got shaken out of them, really, and with ST. Yeah, so you can see here, I got shaken out. It was in here on a pullback, pullback on this line here, and then I was out pretty much. Oh, that's right. I bought in here looking for the push higher. I accidentally hit my sell key by mistake, and I got dropped out of it. I didn't buy back in straight away because I was like, I was a bit annoyed at myself for hitting the sell key, my hotkey to sell, and so I didn't get back in. It did pull back and then pulled back again, and as it came up here again, I should have bought that pullback in here as it broke this resistance line and held. But I ended up buying in at $23, about $23.12, and I got shaken out. I bought in here, it was pulling back, and I didn't know if it was going to go or not. It pushed up to here, and I had a sell order already. Actually, no, I was struggling to get past 23.17, 23.18, and I thought, nah, I'm out. I pushed the sell key, it sold me at 23.17, and then decided to go further up to 23.26. I think it even went further than that eventually. So not holding long enough, not allowing it to actually break through these levels sometimes, and not getting the, getting base hits, but not actually, well, that wasn't even really a base hit. That was more of a break even, but not letting it get to my target price, my minimum target price, my base hit level, and then taking it. So got to do better on that. And that was my last trade. So if I have a look at my stats here, so at the end of the trading session, I could have traded longer, but I was getting tired, and I'd already made some bad decisions this morning, so I decided to stop trading. And $93 in the red was much better than 234, and I didn't want to push my luck anymore. I already had had a bit of a yo-yo experience going up and down through the morning, and I thought it's under $100 loss. That's recoverable, and if I can do better in the next few days, I should be able to recover that loss. Still profitable overall, but only by about $40, I think. So, yeah. But 63% accuracy. That's that's my best stat, really. My risk reward ratio is 0.42. That's terrible. So my losers are bigger than my winners. My average loser is $88.60 for today. $37.07 is my average winner for today. So that's why I am having a red day today. Yeah, so I think the takeaway from today's trading probably was, you really got to respect your stop loss. It's got to be, when it hits your stop loss, get out. Or if you know it's not going to, if it looks like it is up against a wall and it's not going to go, get out. Because you can always get back in again, and if it does go, get back in again and capture some of that movement, some of that move up. But if you're holding and holding and holding, there were stocks that I probably could have traded while I was holding BDRX as it plummeted into the dirt, I could have traded those, and there might have been more opportunity to have a green day than, you know, holding a stock until it's going into a halt down. So really got to work on that. Can't do that anymore. Got to stop out when it hits my stop loss level, and then I'll, you know, hopefully be profitable still. So that's it from me today. Like and subscribe, leave some comments down below on my trading. Give me some hints, give me some tips, whatever you like. But hopefully tomorrow I'll be back in the green and getting some profit in my account. All right, we'll see you then. Ka kite.